Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a simple and affordable yet pretty raised garden bed container or box. This is my finished product. I just finished making this one and I'll do a walk around for you. It is 4 by 12 and I made it with a kind of a handrail that goes around it for setting plants on or keeping people from scraping their arms on the metal. Let me do a 360 around here for you, but this will be the simplest and most concise how-to video that you might find on the internet, on YouTube, on how to build this. So let me take you through the supplies that I used to build mine, and then I'll get to work building a second one for you guys. Okay, with the exception of the top deck boards, I used deck boards right here, a 12-foot, and then a 5-foot, and a 5-foot back there. With the exception of those three boards, this is all the materials that you will need to build this. So let me talk you through what I've got. I've got one 8-foot long piece of galvanized tin. I've got two 12-foot long piece of galvanized tin. I've got four 12-foot 2x4s. Then I pre-cut my end pieces. You need four 2x4s, 4 feet long. Then you need a total of 10 2x4s cut at 19 inches each. Then lastly, to secure all this together, you'll need a bunch of exterior. I have 3-inch exterior screws, and then to hold my metal to my frame, I've got 1.5-inch Tech screws, which you don't need something this fancy. This would be good here, but you need something like a self-tapping or self-driving screw. You don't have to get the ones with the washer because you're not putting a roof on, so it doesn't have to be waterproof. So the next step in this project is to pre-drill 3 holes on each end of your 4-foot pieces. And then I went ahead and started 3 screws, 3 of my 3-inch screws in each end in each of those holes. After that, what I did is I took those 4-foot pieces right here and attached them to the ends of my 12-footers and have essentially formed a rectangle out of them. And now I'm going to repeat the same exact step, but with these 12-footers and those 4-footers over there. And I'm going to build it right on top of this. Okay, now that I've got my 2 rectangles put together, the next thing I'm going to do is put 2 of my 19-inch pieces on each corner. And this is going to serve, like in my first box here, like the vertical supports. And one thing I need to do is go ahead and pre-drill the angled holes on each side here. Okay, so I've got my 4 vertical posts set up, and this uses up 8 of the 10 19-inch pieces. And let me show you how I actually fasten these to the rectangular frame. What I did is I angle drilled 2 holes there, 2 holes there, and I've got 3 holes going up the side of this thing here, 1, 2, and 3, and that holds them together all the way up to the top. And I've got 1 screw there as well. So you get those 4 corners post in place. It's probably the most labor-intensive part of it. And then now it's time to take our top rectangular piece and lay it on top and fasten it down together. I fastened this top rectangular piece down to my vertical post. Here's how I did that. I just angle drilled, pre-drilled 2 holes, 1 right here and 1 right there. And then I dropped my 3-inch exterior screws into that and it fastened it. I did the same thing here on this side, as you can see. And this is just recycled wood that's still pretty structurally sound, so that's why the different color and different tone wood. So I just found it on the side of the road, so saving some cost. Next is cutting our metal. So Stacy here measured the metal in 4-foot sections. So she's already pre-cut some over there. And these 4-foot sections are going to be the inside end walls. And she's cutting this metal with a pair of 10 snips. But it's going to go right here on the inside wall. And it's not exactly 4 feet, I think it's 44 inches. Because 4 feet wouldn't fit inside that, so it's 44 inches, making it just a little bit shorter so it actually fits down inside there. And you should have a little bit left over from this big 8 foot piece. You can also use things like a reciprocating saw with a metal blade on it, and it might go a little bit faster, but it might be a little bit louder. So the sidewalls are in place, and now that they're in place, one of the things we realized is that you want to make sure you drop your piece of metal straight down into it. You can't really go at an angle, otherwise it's going to catch on the corners. And I put like 4 or 5 screws along the top and 3 or 4 screws along the bottom. Now what we're doing is sliding the 44-inch pieces of metal down on the end walls, and we're going to fasten those to the inside as well. Okay, and it's all done. I've got the end walls up and secured. And last thing I did was I took my last 2 19-inch pieces and I put them here in the middle of the whole thing, and then drilled them from the inside and then through the tops to secure them. And what that's going to prevent is the sidewall from buckling out from the weight of the dirt. So it is all done. The only thing, if you wanted to dress it up a little bit fancier, you could take some deck boards. You could do like a 12-footer and then cut a 10-footer in half and do 5 feet here, just like I've got over here on my other one. And then it makes it look a little bit better. And if you want to get super fancy, you could cut some 45-degree angles in that and kind of match them up and make them look a little bit cleaner. I did not do that on these ones, but you could if you have like a miter saw or a chop saw. Guys, thanks for watching. If you appreciated this video, if you learned something from it, I would really appreciate a thumbs up if I've earned it. And subscribe for more videos like this. We'll see you guys in the next video. Keep it real.